Hello, Jacob. Paul Cundiff here. So, of course, we got a new shaft, and I believe that's a new coupling half, if I'm not mistaken, because your old one was no good. But you see, there's two screws you can see. There's actually 4 screws that couples this shiny coupling half to the coupling in the transmission. The coupling in the transmission has threaded holes. And so we got this all done, and we're putting one of the bolts in, the top bolt, and it is stripped out. So, so there's a right way and an okay way to fix this. So I believe, so the horsepower is transmitted from the transmission, or the engine and transmission, to the prop shaft through the 4 bolts, and they would be in shear. So the issue that we have is that 4th bolt, since it's not tightening, could loosen up and come out. And if it loosened up and came out, at the point where it finally exits completely the coupling, it could become a rocket, depending on what speed you're going. It could become a rocket. Not that it will, but it could. So one thought that we have, because we're being sensitive to cost, one thought we had was, hey, we can thread lock this last bolt in place and use a thread locker, and the fact that it's not tightening up, it would be held in place by the thread locker. It nearly tightens up, and basically what you get, you're just on the verge of tightening, and it breaks loose. You've probably experienced that before, if you've ever tightened a nut and tightened a bolt and felt that. But anyhow, you may have experienced that. Anyway, getting back to this, we can thread lock that. The most correct way would be to drill and retap, drill out larger and retap your flange right here. That would be the most correct way to solve this problem. So, the most correct way, we would have to do something like it's done, like we're doing for a different reason over here. We'd have to pull your engine out or up and remove the transmission coupling half, which looks like this right here. And then we'd have to drill these holes out larger and then retap them and put a larger bolt in. And when we do that, we could open up a can of worms. For example, this will have to be pulled out, and then we would have to put a new seal in. And this particular, this is the sealing surface right here on this particular transmission hub. And as you can see, it's scored. So, so we'd have some issues there. I'm doing a video. Hang on a second. We could run into some issues there. So, but this would take about a day to drill 2 of these holes out, retap them. They need to be the same weight, and that's why you'd have to do 2, even though there's only 1 that's damaged. We thought about perhaps putting nuts behind those 2, but there's not space for nuts behind the 2 transmission flanges. So anyway, luckily we had this guy open, and we could show you in a little more detail what's happening with your coupling. So, a day is $600, and the seal would be, I think we spent about $35 on the seal, and we'd get another seal in here, and if we had thread locker, I wouldn't even charge you for the thread locker. It's something I got. It's something I got here. So just want to get your decision on that, which way you want to go. Thank you very much.